All right, so we're going to start off talking about this first big giant issue, of course, and that is the issue of death. So Ezekiel 18:32 tells us that God doesn't take any pleasure in the one that dies. And this is where we kind of sometimes feel as if God perhaps does. But we have a very big issue with our theology if we think that somehow God is pleased and happy about either the death of the saints or the slaying of the wicked. Death in and of itself is an antithesis to what God is. Remember that Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So the idea that life itself is what God is innately, well, that would help us to grasp the fact that there's something really wrong with the picture when death has entered in. Death came as a result, of course, of the curse and the fall of man, but way back in Genesis, and we see that very clearly, that death does surround us. But the idea that somehow God is smirking at us when death occurs is nothing short of a lie from the enemy. Don't be deceived in this. Recognize the fact that this is a very unnatural thing taking place in God's universe. It's not something God is pleased about. He doesn't laugh at it, doesn't mock it. Now, he does have some reactions to the actions of the wicked and the ways in which they speak, etc. And there is a form of justice with God. But to think that God somehow gets excited or happy or pleased that any of his creation is spending eternity in a lake of fire, or even as believers, that any of his creation is experiencing the actual process of death, is a misnomer in our theology.